mysteries, abnormal occurrences, odd things that go bump in the night. All of these scenarios ignite curiosity, and the imagination can run wild with possibilities. When the wind blows like an unchecked menace, or the moonlight's twinkle appears to be out of sync, it is in those situations where we seek out answers to unasked questions. Today's story comes to us from historical journals and research papers surrounding ancient Egypt. And it is a story with great mystery and intrigue, and we would like to share it with you if you feel up to the task. In 1935, a team of archaeologists were excavating an ancient site known as Deir el-Bahari near the ancient capital of Luxor in Egypt. Researchers discovered a female mummy with an extraordinary facial expression, one that would haunt both the scientific community as well as the public for decades to come. This mummy was found inside a wooden coffin placed beneath the tomb of Senmut, the renowned architect who served under Queen Hatshepsut. Yet, the greatest source of controversy lay in the mummy's face. Her mouth was gaping wide open, her jaw seemingly frozen in a scream at the very last moment of life. From the moment it was announced, the mummy immediately drew the attention of numerous experts and became a hotly debated subject in the field of Egyptology. Many theories have been proposed to explain why the mummy's face expressed such an extreme, unsettling, and haunting expression. Some suggested it was simply a common physical phenomenon occurring after death, or perhaps the result of opening the coffin in the tomb and moving the remains in the outside air, which caused the mouth to spring open. Yet the pain-stricken look on her face has continued to raise unresolved questions that no explanation has been able to fully address. However, with the help of modern CT scanning technology and advanced chemical analysis, a team of specialists led by Cairo University conducted a comprehensive study of the mummy. Their findings revealed that the woman was roughly 48 years old at the time of her death. She was of average height and had suffered from various spinal issues. Notably, her body had not been fully embalmed according to the standards of the noble class during the New Kingdom period. Her organs, on the other hand, remained intact inside her body, rather than being removed and treated separately. Typically, cases of incomplete mummification are linked to limited economic means. However, this woman possessed valuable jewelry, including scarab-shaped rings made of silver and gold, as traces of expensive aromatic compounds on her hair, and a wig woven from palm fibers, which are items reserved for the wealthy elite. This unusual combination led scientists to conclude that the cause of death may have involved a violent pain or severe psychological shock just before she died, resulting in the jaw locking at its maximum extension. It was this state of extreme agony that prevented her mouth from closing even after death and throughout the embalming process. It is possible that the embalmers themselves were unsettled by her condition, choosing only to perform basic cleaning and apply perfumes while avoiding the more elaborate procedures reserved for royal mummies. The story of the screaming mummy not only represents a unique case in the forensic medical history of ancient Egypt, but also reveals a glimpse into the social tensions between class status, burial rites, and the many unsolved mysteries surrounding life and death in antiquity. Behind the eternal scream frozen on the mummy's face lies an open question about the true nature of death, biological phenomena, and the limits of our modern understanding of the past. Here in our next tale, we travel quite some distance from ancient Egypt over to the islands that make up Japan. The Japanese people and their culture has been around for a very, very long time, and there are certain mysteries that have not really been adequately explained. And it is one of those mysteries that we share with you today, the mysterious Oyo Caves of Japan. The Oyo History Museum in Utsunomiya City in Japan stands as a prime example of the mysterious megalithic structures found all over the planet from our ancient past. Beneath the ground here lies a series of man-made caves with towering vaulted ceilings and open space areas so spacious one could imagine herds of woolly mammoths or masses of semi-trucks passing through with ease. According to widely available records, most of these caves were formed during the extraction of Oyo stone, a special volcanic rock from the Kanto region starting in the Edo period. However, when researchers surveyed the overall terrain and the markings left on the cliffs, many noted that the scale of excavation in Eutonomia far exceeded the needs of local construction. The cave system itself is logically organized with solid stone pillars, passageways, and ventilation, all suggesting careful planning in engineering and safety. Surrounding mountain ranges also show signs of deep mining, with some areas appearing to be hollowed out from within. These consistent traces of stonework point to the existence of a large-scale and well-organized labor system well beyond what could have been achieved by small groups of craftsmen. The absence of any concrete detailed historical records regarding these excavation activities fuels various concepts regarding these mysterious caverns. Some theories propose that this area was once an industrial hub in ancient times, featuring technologies and tools far ahead of their time. There are even those that compare these stone caves in Japan to the renowned megalithic sites found on other continents, like those found at Puma Punku in Peru, raising questions about the possibility of technological exchange between different ancient cultures. The sacred gates and the extensive stone cave systems in the Oyo region, along with evidence of quarrying the landscape, remain truly unsolved mysteries for modern archaeology. With each new discovery in these areas, we not only broaden our understanding of ancient social organization, but it also raises new questions about the technical skill and capabilities and historical development of early Japanese communities. Here in our next story, we will be remaining in the Pacific region of the world and travel a bit south of Japan to an area known as French Polynesia. In the middle of the vast Pacific Ocean, in a region known as French Polynesia, lies the Marquesas Islands. The stunning beauty of these Pacific islands is beyond simple explanation, but it is their history and traditions that are truly amazing and mysterious. On the island of Nukuhiva, stone tiki statues stand along the mountain slopes by streams or hidden within the pristine forests. What sets these tiki statues apart is that their facial features do not bear the typical features of ancient Polynesians, but instead evoke the image of beings from another world. Large, bulging eyes protruding from their sockets, wide mouths with thick lips, and details that suggest unfamiliar biological structures rather than human forms. These statues are not just artistic relics, but are also intimately tied to local traditions and mythology. The people of the Marquesas recount that their ancestor was Tiki, the first god, sculpted from earth by supreme beings who bore divine blood and became the first to set foot upon the land. The legend of Tiki meeting Marikariko, the first woman who appeared beside a lake, forming the primordial couple of humankind, seems to echo the story of Adam and Eve in Western mythology. However, the Tiki mythology is far older than that of Western mythological tales. Both cultures detail that humans were created from clay with the involvement of gods or supernatural entities. When considering the origins and meaning of the Tiki statues, numerous researchers and proponents of ancient contact hypotheses have posed the question, could it be that ancient civilizations once had contact with, or were influenced by, beings from beyond Earth? The non-human features of the Tiki statues, very similar to those found among the Olmec culture in South America, create strange parallels between creation myths in cultures separated by vast distances. All seem to point to the possibility that ancient people may have witnessed or remembered encounters with entities not of this world. For some anthropologists, Tiki statues are not merely products of indigenous art, but could be petrified memories of contact with creatures from beyond the stars, It is because of that that amid the wild forests and the mountains of the Marquesas, each tiki statue stands as a profound question about history, science, and the human imagination, opening an endless debate about humanity's relationship with a vast universe that still lies unexplored and beyond the reach of traditional understanding. We hope that you have found these stories of interest and enjoyed hearing about them. We certainly enjoyed sharing them with you. Please be kind enough to give us a like and hit that notification bell so that you will be notified of any new content we create. Again, thank you all so very much for coming along with us on this journey, and I shall see you all in the next one.